Hi everyone, Nick here. I figured I'd do a video today. My hand hurts a little bit. Kind of hurt it yesterday at the gym fighting. So today is the 18th. Recapping the day. Obviously a green day. Markets closed up 0.55 on the Dow, 0.72 on the SPX, and the Nasdaq. NDX is up 1.2, and the small caps are led up at 1.4 ish percent. Now, this to me felt like a relief pop off of the Putin statement. Everybody was nervous what he was going to say, and he said what everybody I thought feared, except the fact that he said, "Oh, I promise I won't expand into other territories other than Crimea," and the world didn't fall apart. So that kind of adds to my conviction in the fact that the West will end up having to eat their words as to all these threats they're doing to Putin. So now what, basically? This is not over, in my opinion, as far as Crimea is concerned. I believe over the weekend I read that they had a truce going between Russia and Ukraine. So now what's going to happen? They annexed it. So who's collecting taxes? Who's doing government work? Who's doing all that? All the stuff that has to do with government? Who are they going to answer to? They as the Crimeans, and how, if they do answer to Russia, how is the Ukraine gonna, Kiev gonna handle that? So all this is uncertainty coming. So this is a relief pop, short-sighted. Unless we get something really cool from Yellen tomorrow, we may sell off. Now the part of the increase today also, I believe, is possibly, possibly pricing in some good news from the Fed statement tomorrow. And by good, I mean either saying we're walking away from the 6.5%, which is pretty scary. I've been mentioning that since months ago. I said the second T word won't be received as well as the tapering, or possibly tapering the taper, which is less likely. So if she backs off of the 6.5% one way or another, even though we were trying to price it in today with green, I think nothing is priced in, so we will rally some more tomorrow based on that statement, if it does happen indeed. If it doesn't, and the market might see it as a disappointment. So we will likely open or come into the open tomorrow with upward bias, just like today. 2 days ago, last night, I said we were going to come in with upward bias. I'm still of that opinion until the statement. We will meander after the open probably until the statement, and then everything is going to go crazy. Um, I'm going to keep this private so I can talk about the trade. I opened the trade with Priceline. I liked the price action and Priceline late in the day. It hit up against 1300 and it wasn't going too far. So, and then suddenly it ramped up right here, if you can see it, from this level on up. So 1300 got stuck there, and then boom. Earlier in the day, I said right around here, I said that Apple is looking to target 532. I missed it by 3 cents, so it went to 531.97 on decent volume locally. So if I zoom in, that's what I mean by locally. It had big volumes, stalled, and then took another run on smaller volume, and that just reinforces the fact that I believe that it still has a lot to conquer above 530 with resistance this week, unless there's a new headline. So the headline earlier today of new cheaper tablet is actually bad news, because then the people say no margin, etc. So this is the Apple and Priceline. The Priceline, I saw a lot of people got filled. We'll try again tomorrow. I need to add to mine. In fact, in on my personal desktop here in my son's account, I did way more than 10 lots, so I may add to my 10 lots in the portfolio tomorrow. Depends on how the price action. I don't have to do it at the open. I think we'll have a chance, but if it looks like it's going to run away, I may do it close to the open, which I rarely do. But anyway. Also, I wanted to show you that in fact that Priceline, oops, has a pretty decent technical trend going on. If you remember last year, I talked about the RUT having some half umbrellas, and those are usually in a bullish environment, and it's certainly a bullish environment. They're usually they repeat themselves. So what I see is, imagine this line extending a little past this top, and if we close a little past this top, then chances are we're going to repeat the pattern, kind of like half right side of an umbrella. So I'm looking for that to happen in the next couple of weeks. So that gives us some time decay on the 2-week-old spread. I could have gone with this week's spread, but I would have needed to step up to the 30s and 40s, 1230, 1240 in order to get some decent premium, and I'm not willing to do that with the portfolio money with Priceline. Other stocks maybe, but Priceline is too scary of a stock. So the if I wanted to run through, Amazon today had a pretty decent day, and I said it's knocking on this level from higher lows. This is good news. So this remains to be seen if it's going to come up and fill that whole gap and then continue breaking out of my box. Remember that box I created? And if so, then I can go really bullish Amazon. I didn't look at Baidu today, but it also had a green day. It's been too crazy for me to even touch it, although this is a good level here. So if it does show me that it's basing, and if the markets are not going nuts as far as getting scared, this is a level where we can throw a few credit put spreads safely around 150. I may actually look at that tomorrow personally. CF, please, credit spreads far away from it. I'm seeing way too many SEC documents. I just saw one and I didn't even read it. I'm glad I'm not in it. CMG, oh my gosh. I'm jumping around because I'm looking at a different screen at the same time. Quietly up 16, 17 bucks, whatever it was. That's just crazy. I can't do anything with that. Somebody asked me, I said, well, it's flagging, but every time it flags, it leaps up. So I can't bank on it, but I don't want to short it, that's for sure. CRM, I know a lot of you like CRM, like to trade it. I used to, but now it's just these candles are nuts. And look, I mean, we're making lower lows and lower highs. Yes, it may spring out of it, but too dangerous to jump in with both feet. LNKD, LinkedIn had a decent day after a really bad few days on even when the market was running. I did not look at Lulu, so let's look at Lulu together. I know MasterCard looked decent today, but before we switch to that, come on, slow computer. I've got too many things running in the background. Okay. I still can't get on board. I should just forget about it for now, wasting time and effort. This is it as far as stocks that are looking tradable. BlackRock, I don't believe I can do anything with that. Well, we didn't talk about Google. Okay, Google. I could have gone long it again today. I tried. I did not get the fill, so I avoided it. I didn't push it, I should say. I did short it via credit call spread. I may live to regret it, but we'll see. At 1230, 1235, this is purely based on the 1200 open interest that I see. I didn't take a big position. I added a little bit to blend my price up. So tomorrow, if I get a little heat on it, I may buy a call spread somewhere around the 1217 maybe, just to withstand the heat, just in case it decides to run up a little bit. I may even buy an in the money call spread below 1200 and try to arbitrage some time premium in there. I haven't decided. I may just close it and walk away from it, but I'll post it regardless what I did, because I know some of you are interested in it. So the Google story there is it's trying to break out. Technically, it's looking like it's got a lid, and the lid extends past the 1230, but I think it will run out of time before this week ends with that. So my theory is that resistance is going to get stronger as time draws near to expiration with the same position. So tomorrow at the open interest, I'll take a peek to see if the data changed drastically. If not, if it's still really strong at the 1200 resistance, then I may dig in my heels a little bit, maybe increase my position to buy some defense with it. Have not decided. We'll definitely post it. Anybody that has any questions, anything that doesn't make any sense, please don't hesitate to ask. Again, a good strong day in the market. It had a little bit for everybody. Obviously the bulls have a clear win today. The VIX got clobbered 7%. But the strange thing I mentioned earlier in the day is that we kind of like severed the trade with the yen. today, and the 10-year. I anticipated the 10-year that happens, we trade with it or against it for a while, and then we kind of forget about it. But the yen, I was surprised that we broke off that severely. So tomorrow, if that continues, then I'll just drop it off my screen for now and won't use it as a rabbit. Today kind of led me astray a little bit in the morning, and it cost me a couple of dollars in execution fills. So this is it. I appreciate your time, everyone. Sorry about the long video. But I know most of you prefer the video over typing, but it does take too long to produce. So the better I get at it, the more I start becoming reliant on it. Thank you, and talk to you later.